Hey everybody, we're back again. Late as usual, but we made it.
Perfectly on time.
Perfectly on time for what we got to do today. Welcome everyone to Mike Jones Draws. I'm your host, Mike Jones, and Jacob Boone's over here.
Like a wizard.
Hiding over here like the secret Wizard of Oz he is, my man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention.
We keep trying to do that, Jake, but you make it very difficult to not pay attention to you, man. You know, 'cause
Silence!
The great and powerful Jacob Boone has spoken. Okay. Well, we're going to just start off where we left off last week. We started working on a picture of Danger Mouse, the British cartoon from 1981, and we're going to finish it up. This is the pencil drawing here. I'll show you guys. Shout out to all my friends out there, my family in Holland, my family in Washington, my friends in Largo, all my Facebook buddies. Card Stump Man, love you, man. Bob Barbie, love you, buddy. Paul Malin, hope you're going to watch today. Anyway, here we go. If I left anybody out, I probably did, but you know, I love you all.
Little Susie,
okay, there's a
little Jimmy, I see you.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome to Romper Room, right? Okay, here's our pencil sketch we started last week. It needs a little bit of refinement, but basically it's there. We're going to change the logo a little bit. And we're going to ink it first, and then we're going to color it. And I do believe that it's good enough. Although I know that I noticed when I watched some Danger Mouse this week to get familiar with the character a little bit more. And this car only has this square thing on the hood is only on one side, not both sides. I thought it was on both sides. It's not. So take that one that I had drawn off, and let's see what we can do to this. Our objective is to get this inked and then actually color it, as we have been doing with all the other ones. And then we were trying to do quick cartoons, but quick cartoons turn into
fantastic
finished inks and finished colors. We just can't seem to get around that here at Mike Jones Draws. We end up going balls to the wall.
There's a process.
And everything becomes a project. So now it's the subject of a show, rather than an intro or a portion of the show, which is what we actually conceived it to be. So, all right. I got my light table set up. We can turn some of this light down so I can use my light table. That light right over there needs to go out. Get started here.
Our musical selection today.
Yeah, what do we got? What do we got to listen to today? I was really digging on the last stuff you played last time. It was like motivated me.
What's
Yeah.
The lo-fi?
I forget what it was, man.
Lo-fi. I was here last week.
I'm thinking chip tunes. Oh, there's only 28 tracks. We're gonna play them. Better than the sound of movies, though. Sound of movies, have their own appeal, their own charm. But so is this.
This is like chilling vibes. You know? I listen to this shit when I draw, like, on the because it like gives you that like chilling vibe. You smoke like 2 bowls. here's a way to do it. I'm like torn. One way to do it is you can show like the under part, you know? Or you can just have it straight.
However you want to do it. I'm telling you.
You just got a big fucking head. I mean, that's the difficult part, right?
What's the difficult part? Drawing?
That I'm drawing a comb over on a dude that's got a gigantic sized head.
Well, this is actually the inking part. Inking,
No one's head looks like.
that's what you're talking about. The inking part is
I'm sure
easier.
there's somebody out there.
They probably have a really weird looking body. They have a really shit head like that. You imagine their body. But your body's always pointing to your head.
Yeah.
Mostly American you have like more accurate in real life proportions.
Ooh. I have found a site where we can record for free.
About that.
We'll see.
Bro, I'm a fucking champion, dude.
It's canva.com.
Maybe like 53 cards.
Something like that, but still it's half the price.
Exactly.
If we can get 100,
Oh,
like 2x2 or 3x3 stickers for $50. Yeah.
I'm looking up ideas of like what other artists are doing, and there's so many different ideas. Like there were people that have like holographic ones and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah, but
trippy.
you know that's expensive.
Oh, of course it is. But I'm just
But
saying.
it's
Like,
awesome.
It's awesome.
I would have to look at it. Absolutely.
I mean, there's all kinds of different ones. It's insane.
A holographic Mike Jones drawing would be sick, dude. Creeping it real, like
Dude,
holographic.
Graphic?
yeah. That would be.
That would be so cool.
Right. Yeah, anything. With Trippy Hollow, Mushroom Venice.
Yeah.
Would Mushroom Venice would be awesome.
But
Put that on the card. Boom, bitch.
come over, peach fuzz, peach fuzz.
There it is. See, now that looks realistic, don't it?
Nailed it. Look. Come
That
over.
looks like a scene somebody I've seen walking down the street.
Exactly.
Come over,
That's the
preach,
point.
This is what you got to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they all sort of do.
It looks like an original character. I can even draw that here. I keep drawing. And I can have a whole new character. You guys created it.
That's just something we're gonna have
You
to.
created it, Jake. You created these characters.
That's grubby.
Oh my gosh, so cool. These people.
And when I
Letterpress
actually
cards?
ink it, I'm gonna change. I changed all my eyes. I thought it was standard letterpress.
That's cool. I want to know more. Cards that are produced on instead of like paper, they're produced on cotton. So they're like letterpress on there, and they give like a texture.
Chemistry just makes it better to show that this is the size of the plant. Alright? can keep going with it, combine it.
You look like a real dude.
I can combine this dark with that dark. Dude, this is the greatest utensil for the artist. Freaking pencil. I swear it. Like, I'm the greatest painter in the world. But if you look at their pencil sketches, they're phenomenal. It's because, like, a good painter has knowledge of, like, value, right? A good painter has knowledge of value, like and art. So, they can just scribble different things, light and darks with this graphite, and they can make a painting. Something. Not right now.
You said you did.
Maybe see it. I'm just practicing, general drawing.
Hey, you said to give us you let him pick the gum over and that's what you got.
You got your character. You call him fucking whatever you want to call it.
I'm trying to think of like if I had that happy name. He just looks like a normal.
Here, I cleaned it up on the side. This has to be that though. Looks like a Eddie. Edward.
I'm bringing Josh.
Or Steven.
Steve.
Steve.
That's Steve. I see Steve. Steve.
I'm gonna start dropping alien head next to you guys.
Steve Nelson from HR.
Whatever you want. I draw a suit.
From HR. I love how you added that.
I draw a suit found and everything. Whatever you want. Whatever you
He's
need.
the guy that decides.
I take requests.
He hates his wife.
He hates his job, but he's gonna take it out on you.
Yeah.
So he's like the stapler guy from Office Space. But alien. good music. You don't know why.
I love it.
There's a lot going on. Like, if you were to break this down and like assign these instruments,
Well, it is chip tune.
but still,
So it's, it's arranged for the mass.
I'm saying like if you were to assign like those notes to real instruments and have somebody play it live,
Which
could be
people do
yeah,
sometimes.
but it would be hard. It would be very difficult to do. So
I've heard those guys, those jam bands that play video game music.
I can do it. I can do it. You ever see me play bass, dude?
I saw a guy on Twitch today, he's a drummer, and he had his drum machine. It's not actual drums, but he can change his drums, and he would play. It's basically like karaoke for a drum machine. Like he's got the band behind him, and he just plays the drum, but he's using nothing but video game music, like NES music, Rygar, Zelda, Mario. Right, I'm sure that's how it was arranged.
But I'm saying, I can play. I've been playing bass for like 9 years.
Okay.
Why do you think I'm more of a private shooter?
Right, yeah, that's it. Buckethead.
Buckethead's a guitarist.
He's a guitarist.
He's good. No, Buckethead is the guitarist for Primus is Larry Lalonde.
Yeah, Buckethead's the bassist, right?
No.
Who's the bassist? Les Claypool. Who's the bassist?
Buckethead was the second. No, was the original guitarist for Guns N' Roses. Replaced by Slash.
I clearly don't know as much as I thought I did.
I'm a big music nut. Like I know as much about music as I do about art. Maybe more. I've been playing music for a long time. If I brought my bass and front of you today, I'll blow your guys' mind. But I just, to me now it's just a hobby, dude. But I could, if I created my own YouTube channel, I could create my own music. I could, on this piece of paper right here, Jake, just this space right here, on the bottom, I could draw out the whole fretboard of my bass. And then I could even draw out every single scale and chord of every single scale that's on my
You're very technical minded, Brian.
I feel like, I don't know, I've just been playing bass for so long. I was obsessed with it when I first started. And I wasn't doing that like fucking years. And the first year I played, I was like self-taught. And I realized I was learning the wrong way. And then I obsessively started learning basically what the same thing I did to art. You're doing things wrong. You better obsessively make up for the time you lost and do it right. And it works. It works.
Keep them brain juices flowing, man.
Yeah, that's like my approach. Is like the faster I reach my end goal, the better for me. The more money I make. But I know if I'm not at my end goal, I know what it takes to get there. As long as you know what it takes to get to your end goal. And like this, the reason I'm doing this right now is because I watched that David Finch video yesterday. And I always go back to it. I go back to it, man, because it helps you with character design so much. I don't have to draw head shit like that. But if I ever did want to create an alien, I would do it quick now.
Yeah, man, more tricks to it.
Tricks to create whatever. It's funny because even though it's a different shape of the head overall, proportionally it's still the same. Looking good, Mike.
It's all right.
I like it so far. I feel it looks really good.
It's not bad. I really should add that dog character, but I think I'm just gonna leave it off this time.
Not bad at all, dude. That guy looks really good, to be honest. You could sell that. Or what you could.
I bet you if I drew this at a comic book convention, somebody'd buy it.
I think if you drew your own versions of your own characters like that off the top of your head, you'd make some good ones. You know what I mean? Like how you did Scarlet Button, and if you can generate characters like you did on the Scarlet Button off the top of your head, and you just draw them, and you make money. Because like, yeah, people are like, oh, it's not that hard to draw, blah blah. But you know what it is hard? To generate the idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to create different characters on my page, and I'm resorting to just basic geometric shapes. You know, which make them look very cartoony and very unrealistic. But
It's fun to sit down and just draw a bunch of fucking characters out of your head. Just make them up. There's no right or wrong.
no.
And nobody gets to see it but you. So when you're doing, that's why I love just sketching characters.
You see, Mike. Here's 3 different shapes: the upward down triangle,
Right.
upward facing triangle,
He's kind of in the middle of something.
and the bean shape.
Right.
Yes. You can. Basic shapes are really key. I'm gonna start. After the last couple projects I did, I really do something to start building up online profile.
Yeah, man, you got plenty of material, right?
Dude, I got a lot of shit in my house. I can just take a picture of it. Put it online. I want to start. This is me. This is my brand. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, this is what I've already done, but it's not particularly what I want to do on a weekly basis. You know?
Okay, now you do the buildings. Straighten up a couple of lines.
Get in it.
I don't really drink that much.
It's good stuff. They give it cold.
It's sweet. It's really sweet.
Yeah, but if you drink it straight or if you just splash it with some Coke, it kind of just.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. I put like a little bit more of the splash this time. For my first one, I was like straight out, like the lip. I already feel good. I don't want to overdo it.
That's the thing with liquor, it'll get you there.
It's gotta sit on.
And that's what I mean, you don't need to, these glasses make
Drink
it.
plenty of water with it. That's the key.
Taste is
For you, dude.
Two is I just close my own understand.
I don't know what happens. It's like another virgin comes out.
I used to have
It's not a bad virgin, but but the guy the next day is really regretting.
That's the Reed family curse right there. My dad, he was the same way. I remember seeing him a few times drunk as a kid, but he quit drinking. Like before I was born, he used to drink a lot more. You know what I mean? But
Right.
clearly he can't handle it either. Like the only times I do remember him being drunk, like he was hungover and shitty, just the same way I get. You know what I mean?
The
So
next day.
yeah, like
you just gotta,
my entire life, really, I may have seen him drunk
Yeah.
3 times.
you gotta respect it. That's my thing. If you don't respect it, it'll fuck you.
I swear I came from like Germany or something. I can go. I might not feel great the next day, however, but
I tried it.
I'm
man.
still like enough to get up and like get my day started. Like that's the worst part. I can brush it off. It used to be easier when I was younger. And as I get older, I'm like, oh. You shouldn't have had that last shot, Sierra.
Yeah, it was that last one, yeah.
It's always the last one.
So you're getting these random pains. Man.
But honestly, if you drink a lot of water with your alcohol,
Really? You're
I
right.
actually used to know somebody.
seriously offsets it.
I used to know somebody that would mix water as their mixer.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do when I was in the army and I had a heavy drinking problem? Before I went to bed, I chugged like half a gallon of water, dude.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, I felt amazing. I didn't feel hungover at all. It's just the dehydration. That's all
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
Oh, it is.
Totally is. Because
Like
that alcohol,
Gatorade.
it don't just like, make you
What is-
thirsty. Like it dehydrates your organs, like your brain,
You need
everything.
water.
What did Cat in the Hat say? He said, "It's fun to have fun, but you have to know how."
Yeah.
I live by that saying.
That's true. That's true.
But you have to know how.
That's the same way, it's basically saying you have to be responsible. You gotta know how to have fun.
Exactly.
We need to put that on the list.
I live by. I tell that people all the time. It's like my thing. Cat in the Hat really stuck with me. he made a mark.
Yeah, man. Dr. Seuss, the philosopher.
Yeah.
He was.
He was a philosopher for children. But it's still relative.
They made some adult.
It's the first books I ever read
Yeah, same.
because I thought they were very entertaining.
New books.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever read Dr. Seuss's Bartholomew Cubbins? The 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins?
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
He made a sequel to it.
This is private paint.
Too. It was so popular of a book that he made a sequel to it called they're doing something, The Return of Bartholomew Cubbins or something, the Bartholomew Cubbins and the New Hats or something. It's about hats. It was a crazy story. And then of course Horton Hears a Who was his biggest big seller back in the 40s. He's like the 30s. That's an old book. In fact, they animated that. I think Warner Brothers or MGM or somebody animated that story based on Dr. Seuss's drawings. I think it was Chuck Jones that worked on that. I think so. It might have been Warner Brothers. They did a version of the Horton Hears a Who. Horton lays an egg, or was that one of the one where he helps the bird, watches the egg for the bird while the bird flies away.
That's Horton Hears a Who.
Horton, that's not Horton Hears a Who. That was the second one. Horton hatches the egg. That was what it was called.
And he protects it.
He protected that. He protected the little thing that where the Who's lived,
Right.
which I always thought was a really cool connection with Dr. Seuss with the Grinch, because the Grinch, all the people in Whoville live on that little thing.
Yeah.
So it's like micro world within worlds, worlds within worlds. That was a weird concept to me as come from Dr. Seuss.
It's important. Like, you know what I noticed is a good tool for an artist.
We got left as his logo.
It's a great thing. Like, if you decided to do another comic
What are you
book,
trying to do with Trippy Haha?
you could connect. You could connect.
That's something that would sell.
You could connect the Scarlet Mutt universe with another whole universe you created.
That's right.
Yeah.
It could be a connection, but I mean, the thing of it is I thought it was just strange that he never come right out and said that.
You just put it together.
He just made the story where it took place, and if you had not read Horton Here's a Who, you wouldn't know that the people in Whoville that the Grinch robbed live on this little tiny dust ball.
And it wouldn't matter.
This is the point.
No, it doesn't matter, of course, but it's not important to know that. But it's really it's kind of cool when you
Yeah, it's just
you make the connection on your own.
It's like second level.
This gives me Tron vibes.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this is this is what I would normally draw for Edge, right? I'm not drawing nowhere near that. The reason
Okay.
I'm drawing like that.
Penfolds, shoes, blue. Okay. Let's see here.
Quick. Like, the same, like, I'm gonna draw this straight on. Like, the same proportions. So, the more you do this, like, proportions, the more you do proportions, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can eyeball quick. Like, that's half. The quicker you can eyeball, like, this mirror's about half. Okay. You know, like, okay, half, about there. The quicker you can do that, the quicker you can place where you need to place it. So I used to do half. So, you even, like, take your eraser and then start drawing. Your proportions are already set.
I'm excited for us, and that's gonna be fun. It really is.
I'll come up there and help you guys make some money, man.
Come on up, man.
I don't mind supporting you guys, dude.
Plus, you'll have fun there too. Like, it's an event, it's a venue. So.
It's not about going there to do anything specific other than hang out.
Got you, bro. What do you want? No.
I put out a thing on Facebook for some recommendations for cards and stickers and see what other people might have to say if they
There
say
you go.
anything.
There you go.
Just to see what other people are doing, maybe they'll give us an idea. Or you can make them long the other way.
This represents the tip of the nose. becomes like I study a different style. I get this new Street Fighter style. So this is where it goes. Basically, it's facing the bottom. Those lights from anything facing the bottom plane. You got overcast, eyebrow, this would happen in the shadow when you have eyebrow. It's all like variation. You know, this is here. This is halfway here. Right here. Then you're just trying to decide what shape you want to use in this shape. So I want to make it more than any style. You decide to go, it's all just about you experimenting with different ways to go roses. Come on, you want. The big eyes. You see what I'm saying? It's just experimentation. You ever play a video game where you like change your character slider? Like, I want my character to look like this and this and this. Basically, that's what you're doing with a piece of paper. You just have to know the basis of the starting and what to change to make your character anymore, just like in a video game. That's how I see it.
All right, we're almost there with the inking, and then we can start coloring this thing, which shouldn't be too hard. I get really quiet when I'm inking because inking is very unforgiving.
It can be. You're definitely right.
And I don't want to start over.
Very.
None of us want you to start over. What did Bob Ross say? Happy accidents?
Happy accidents.
Yeah, bro.
No mistakes.
That's the champion, bro.
Just happy accidents.
Bro, it's gonna be cool to work this one out. It's gonna be an angry looking alien. An extremely Hey Arnold shaped head.
Right. Oh, okay.
Stewie. Stewie head, right? I have about 6 YouTube videos I really want to do some more studying on. And then I have a couple, let's say about 5 or 6 pages of some anatomy books I need to do. And then I'm going full steam on it, bro. Just need to, what I did for the past 2 days is I focused in on what I don't know enough of. I know what I need to start. I just want to knock out that. You know, like the same thing with coding, right? You may know it, but you need a refresh.
Grease the squeaky wheels. I got you.
This is the amount of knowledge is so expansive. You may know it, but you may, you need to focus in on some
You
little
gotta practice it. Yeah.
practicing real quick.
Yeah, man. Even things you know well.
Yeah.
Don't need practice.
Just to refresh the gears. You know? That's what I did for my head drawing. What I'm focusing today, last night, I started doing just focus on head drawing, just to get it down pat. Developing my style, dude. Just what I really enjoy. Yeah, that looks really good, Mike. Looks really good.
Well, thank you.
Looks really good, man. I'm surprised you did.
I mean,
that.
it's it looks like Danger Mouse. That's the point, I guess. That's the main
But
thing.
it looks like pretty accurate.
Pretty what?
Pretty accurate.
Oh, sure, it's accurate. I mean, when I recreate somebody else's work, I want it to look like they drew it. Kinda.
So what I'm
You know,
saying,
so that everybody recognizes it, or recognize
well,
that style that they liked about it.
the level of accuracy is
But-
no easy task, that you've accomplished.
Can't help but inject a little bit of myself into it, though.
I mean, I draw every day. I know that's not as easy to do as you do as fast as you do. I couldn't do it as fast as you can do.
Well, I am fairly fast.
Let's just take me out to the ball game.
This is
2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball.
my boy Peanut. Can't copyright that one, dude.
Right. Pretty sure that's fair game.
Yeah.
Play ball.
See what I did to the logo,
Yeah.
so it looks a lot better. And so I guess I'll throw it.
Dude, do you know that Mike Judge, the guy who created Beavis and Butthead, the physics major at USC?
Wow, no, I didn't know that.
Wow. It's going to be interesting. What sketch pads are for, Jake? Fleshing me out. Okay.
Alright.
Practice some ideas.
Let it flow, bro.
Sure, you got like certain like things you do when you're programming, right? Certain like
Dude, I've got
practice things
1,000 unfinished projects.
you have to do. Not only that, but I mean like you have like
Yeah,
certain
but each
things-
of them has one specific thing I was trying to do.
Or you may have like one program that like has all the fundamentals of everything.
I wish I had that. I need that. I need to make
Into one,
that.
so that way you keep doing
A
it.
toolbox, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that way you're always refreshed on the basics, because the basics are always the most important thing.
In fact, that's one thing that is lacking in Unity. So I can, in C#, Windows Forms. there's
All right,
always-
Jacob. Get a picture of this in black and white before I color it.
Okay. Okay.
And here's our black and white Danger Mouse. No shading. No, some of the shadow under the car and some of the stuff like that I'm going to add with color. So I didn't add it with black. Just so you know. Okay. Here you go, Jake.
Okay.
Oh wait, one more thing. Sorry.
You know why? You know the hidden secret as to why anime girl drawings look cuter than
All right, here you go.
American comics?
The eyes.
We get this going, and we're going to color that up.
Look cuter than-
And we'll be done with Danger Mouse for the day, and we're going to figure out who our next cartoon character will be, which I think should be.
Right.
Who did we decide to do? We wanted to do. You wanted to do Secret Squirrel.
The nose would appear closer to the eye.
Hello, Brian. Did you want to do Secret Squirrel next? Is that the one you wanted to see done?
Yes, sir. I would love that.
Okay. All right. Now, Sierra, my daughter, had an idea to get to do a cartoon character that was famous in the '90s, because that's when she grew up, and that's what this is all about when it comes to cartoon characters. Whenever you grew up, those are the cartoons you remember. And we all have our favorites, and I wanted to get Sierra's, and she gave me several good suggestions. But she hasn't really made up her mind yet.
Well, what was your favorite one?
My
Well,
favorite,
out of
I
the
don't
ones
have a real.
suggested.
See, that's the point, Sierra. I didn't grow up in the '90s.
I know, but like, what would you enjoy drawing most? 'Cause
Well,
I would enjoy
it doesn't
seeing any
matter.
of
To
it.
me, they're all the same as far as drawing is concerned. It doesn't really matter.
That was one of
It
mine.
doesn't matter if you pick Doug or the Rugrats
I
or
was
Fairly
thinking
Odd Parents or
Fairly Odd
Johnny
Parents was
Bravo.
cool. I liked Courage. The
Just make a
Cowardly-
choice. Just
Courage the Cowardly Dog would
Billy
be.
and Mandy.
all right. We'll get some research on Courage the Cowardly Dog, and we'll do Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's great. I mean, I just don't really care which one. You know, I mean, I also need to pull up
Bro.
That was
some pictures of
I would
the Mighty Hercules,
It looks
which is
good.
one I want to do.
You like it wouldn't.
I know, right? do a Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Like, it would be easy.
I'm aware. I'm familiar with that cartoon.
It's a great cartoon. It's one of the last great Cartoon Network cartoons that aired. You know that funny history of that cartoon. That cartoon was actually voted for by the fans or the viewers of Cartoon Network. They aired 8
All right, let's see where we're going with this.
cartoons for like 2 or 3 minute little clips, and the viewers voted for Agreement Mechanism over all the other cartoons they aired for the next cartoon. It was actually voted for by the fans. Just something that you keep doing. That's like, it's duh. Let your audience decide what you should make next. Right?
There's so many different ones. It's insane.
Sure where to go with this one.
That was my last. That was the last
Green.
cartoon that I enjoyed on Cartoon Network. All the ones after that were just stupid. I like some Ed, Edd n Eddy. Ed, Edd n Eddy's great.
Well, let's face it, there are 1,000 choices, and all I wanted was to vary it up and do some from every decade, so that everybody gets one that they remember. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can you turn the light table off?
Yes, of course. Sorry about that. Guess we don't need that anymore. Could bring the light back up to snuff on that side. And this one.
See, somebody said Canva. Again.
Okay. Seems good. You know it's true. Nice. Good fade, Mike. Good fade.
Good what?
Fade on the ear there.
Good
It
fade.
gets a little lighter to it. It looks good, no? Alright.
Oh, I see what you mean. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse.
I don't remember any other words.
He's the ace. He's amazing. He's the strongest. He's the quickest. He's the best.
Yeah, there it is.
Danger Mouse. That's how it goes.
There you go. There you go. Good. It's incredible.
Danger Mouse.
He was kidding.
Dude, you know,
Bum,
So
bum,
impressive.
bum, bum,
You know-
ba-ba.
you know what movie that this they're playing the Thor, not Thor, but Guardians of the Galaxy sequel with Kurt Russell
Alright,
as
bye.
Star-Lord's father, right?
Bye. I'm going.
But Kurt Russell, you know, he reminded me of Escape from New York. That was a great movie, man.
Yes. Snake Plissken.
Yep.
That's a great movie, man. Escape from New York. And Big Trouble in Little China. He did a bunch of good movies.
Big Trouble in Little China is one of my favorite movies of all time.
You know what other movie he did? Stargate. The original.
Yep. Showing off. And what was it? Overboard with
Yeah.
and
He's a phenomenal actor back in the day, man. It's too bad they, you know.
Kurt Russell's been acting on television and in movies since he was a child.
and his father.
I got him in a bunch of TV episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Kurt Russell he's been acting since he was 5 years old.
He's a genius.
He was a Disney kid
Yeah.
at one point. He was
You have to
he had a very wholesome image when he was younger. He did a lot of Disney movies.
He predated Barrymore in the or Drew Barrymore. I'm sorry.
He's one of the few child actors to really be able to survive into being making the transition into adult acting.
I mean,
Some of them don't. Some of them
it's-
have a hard time doing
It's a
that.
difficult task for a child to memorize all those lines.
Yeah, you know,
That's a
these kids
difficult
are smart,
task.
man. Look at Ronnie Howard, and I mean,
Drew Barrymore.
It's difficult for a cute kid to grow up
Any
and still be
child actor.
cute.
Yeah.
yeah, you outgrow your
I
cuteness.
mean, there's not many child actors that break it into being adult actors. To be honest,
There's quite a few that have.
there's right more fail than succeed.
Well, that's because it's difficult to make that transition. The audience doesn't want to accept you as an
Look
adult.
Look
It's
at
like
Macaulay
Shirley
Culkin.
Temple. Shirley Temple.
Macaulay Culkin.
Look at
You
the
know-
kid from The Sixth Sense. Where'd he go?
the Beaver.
Where did they most of them don't go nowhere.
Well, yeah, the Beaver's career pretty much dried up because he was typecast.
He was the Beaver.
He was typecast as
Only.
the Beaver, man. I mean,
Only forever.
But Drew Barrymore broke hers. She broke her.
Drew Barrymore. Look at Roddy McDowall. Roddy McDowall was a child actor. Never mind. See, we can't talk
I
about
guess he's
this
the
on the same
original.
level. So,
He's the OG child actor.
Roddy McDowall is dead. Roddy McDowall was a child actor who made transition into adult acting.
Rest in peace, Roddy.
Right. We love you.
He was a good actor, but I guess who I can equivalate him today to that saw the same success that he did. I don't know who. Drew Barrymore, I guess. What's
That's
the other
it.
girl? The other girl that started in movies with Tatum O'Neal.
Yeah.
There was quite a few.
I think the only modern day actress that qualifies for that would be Drew Barrymore.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
modern day, anyways. That could still. do
She's
movies.
actually getting old now. I mean, she's not
She's
exactly
getting
a
old.
new breed. She's been around for a while.
She can still do new movies if she wanted.
Sure, she can.
But and you know and taking into account the past that she went through with her mom and everything, it's pretty
Mhm.
damn accountable. She's great, you know. She went through a
Yeah,
lot when
yeah.
she was a child.
Sure. shit.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
He was gonna break the fighting game in the street because you know SNK, right?
Right.
It's only fighting game. No, that's the only fighting game they make is Game Fighters. They've been making that shit since Nintendo.
Yeah.
They found it come out in the Fighters 15 and 20.
Yeah.
That's what makes that game great. I remember back in the old school fighting game days, if you played like a tag team fighting game like Marvel vs. Capcom, you had to tag your character in, right? In that game, you cannot tag your character in. You have to choose a team of 3. And you cannot tag your character in. You cannot do assists from your other character. That's some bullshit.
So what? It's just like endurance.
It's as if you were to play Street Fighter and pick 3 characters. But if you were to win your first match on Street Fighter, that character fights the second.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's always
Reserve.
So which makes the game better because you can assign your team of 3 into
Best out of 3. I got you.
Do you want your strong character first?
Of course.
Do you want your strong character in the middle? Do you want your strong character in the end? Do you know your opponent and you want to put your 3rd character first because it counters his 1st character?
Yeah, no, I think you should definitely scale it up. Go weak, medium, strong.
Yeah, it all depends. People have different strategies.
So if you get good, if you're lucky with your weak, then your weak will carry you through.
So you look at like Ryu and Ken. What's the difference between Ryu and Ken, right? There's no difference. The only difference is that Ken is more offensive. That's it.
Yeah.
Ken is more offensive Ryu. If you like to rush your opponent down and kill him really quick, don't pick Ryu, pick Ken. You want to play a more strategic game and slow pace, right? And more counter game, pick Ryu. It's all depends on how you want to play the game. But fighting games, man, bro, this shit, especially if it doesn't gear drop, shit's blowing up, bro. And I'm happy for it. Because they're blowing up for old school 2D side scrolling fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Well, they're realizing is,
more gameplay.
Yeah.
That's the thing, it's just, you can create a 3D fighting game, but you lose gameplay. You go, wow. A lot of skill. Like Mortal Kombat, dude. Mortal Kombat's still successful after all these years, bro.
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct. You know, they relaunched Killer Instinct just to prove to people that what a good fighting game is. And they did crush them.
Well, yeah, the Killer Instinct basically created the combo system.
Yeah. Well, Street Fighter 2 did.
I mean, not
What came first?
not
Street
the
Fighter
way.
2 or
I'm talking about like openers, autos, finishers.
Oh, yeah.
That's Killer Instinct.
The game that created the loopholes in fighting games, which I mean by exploiting the
Cancels and stuff.
yeah the
Okay.
that Street Fighter exploited how to player exploit the coding of the game.
To the extreme technical competitive level.
Right. It's funny because Street Fighter 5, they haven't announced their last downloadable character yet. They have 3 more characters to launch before they end Street Fighter 5. Yeah, Street Fighter 6 coming.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
The last character?
Yeah.
Depends if they want to. Me personally, if I was in charge of that, I would make it a Dark Souls character. Just because it would generate more revenue. Like if I were to make it like Morrigan,
Yeah.
a main character in Dark Souls.
I guess.
That's what I would do. Because one, she's got sex appeal. She's a succubus.
Yeah.
She's got sex appeal. 1. For 2, she's got a very similar combat system to Ryu, like all her moves are the same, but she's more of a rush down character. She's more of a kill you quick combo character than Ryu.
Right.
Even though she has the same exact moves.
Like Diego.
Yeah. same difficulty for you is the same as Mori. If you do like a quarter circle, you do Dragon Punch. Same fireball, the same thing. But the difference is what she has that Ryu doesn't have. Is when you jump in the air and you hit left, or like right, real quick dash. Towards him, she'll do an air dash. But you cannot do air dash.
Right.
So what you do is you shoot a fireball. The buffer of the block. It'll block the fireball.
Right.
You dash in behind the fireball, then you begin to mix up. You have to block low, you have to block high.
So it cancels their block.
Yeah. So she's like a cheesy Russian version.
I gotcha.
When I watch Twitch most of the time, I watch professional fighting game players play fighting games because it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because they're really good at the game. And it's very, highly competitive when you watch them play.
I don't play StarCraft, but I watch pros play StarCraft because it sounds good at the gameplay, you know what I mean? Like, it's still the game I used to love. It's just people who are really good at it.
And you may, put it on in the background while you're doing something else. You can look at it every now and then.
Exactly. It's more for the noise.
Yeah. That's what I use it for. I look up every now and then and I see a really cool combo or something like that up there.
Brian, what are you drawing?
Different head shapes. I did opposite triangle shapes. And I did a beam, like a elongated bean shape. Like from the up to down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing another bean shape from left to right.
Okay.
Like a Hey Arnold or a Stewie Griffin shape head.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's good. I'm trying to abstract head shapes. That way, if I want to design a certain character, I have more knowledge as to like an alien or something, for example, right? Or an abstract character. I have an idea of how to create that. Yeah, quicker. Something not realistic, something cartoony, So adding tools to the arsenal, man.
Indeed.
That looks really good, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's going along all right. Keep opening the wrong end.
If you want to add a good guy to your Twitch stream, your viewers, this guy's name is Punk the God. D-A-G, Punk the God. He's won numerous worldwide Street Fighter championships.
Okay.
He's
Fighting games.
Yeah, fighting game. He's a top tier fighting game player in America, and he's literally gifted. He's literally gifted.
That's it. It never loses.
Nothing ever loses. He learns more characters. Like let's say like you're a top level player and I'm a top level player. Every new game you know, he'll learn 4 characters to your team.
That's one problem with a lot of these top level players is they're only really good with like one guy.
Oh yeah. He's good with the whole roster.
Right.
So that way when you interest competitive play,
Way more interesting.
when you interest competitive play, it's like you have to win 3 out of 5, right? He can switch on round 2.
You can counterpick.
Yeah. He may pick his best on round 1, right? On round 2, he's just like, alright. So most of those opponents only know one character. he's God. He's a god. I've never seen anybody learn so many fighting game characters so fast as he can. And to an efficient level that all he does when he's not streaming is playing that character. Right. You know it. There's only a logical way. And he learns that combo. Like, how did you learn that freaking combo, dude? He labbed it out in training there for 4 hours. Yeah, I bet. The fighting game community is really cool, Jake. I think you might like it because there's daily tournaments.
I'm watching videos like Maximilian dude's always popping up.
Yeah, Maximilian, yeah. Maximilian, I'm watching him all the golf. But he, they'll have like daily, tournaments where you literally cash prize where people are viewing Twitch and donate, right?
Yeah.
Cash pool.
Friday night fights.
Friday night fights, but they have them every day.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say you're a professional fighting game player, and you get into these tournaments every day. You can still earn 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh yeah, no, I feel it.
Easy. It's not even with your promotions or with your advertisements
Yeah.
or with your all your other shit.
It's tournament winning. It's like a poker player.
Yeah, they're a poker player, yeah. You have to be the most efficient fighting game player. Which is like kind of bullshit now with the internet now. Everybody can compete. It's not like you go into a local arcade for a competition.
Right. Yeah, it's cool.
You have to be
But
really good.
regional.
Yep. It's not regional anymore, it's worldwide. So you have to be like really know your shit. But one of my favorite fighting game streamers is Smug. And I've been watching him for the past 2 weeks. Learn Guilty Gear Strive from bare bones. Go watch how a professional fighting game player approaches a new fighting game that he has to learn.
Yeah.
And it's fucking incredible. He's on like a third character upgrade. Like, Mark. He 70% of the time he's in training mode, fleshing out. And you can set the training down to like crouch on block or auto attack. Yeah, that's really good, Mike.
Thank you.
That's what I'm telling you, man. If you could open that booth like at that festival and just do things like this for 30 minutes, you'd be dude. You make decent money, man.
Yeah, I will. It's not the first time I've done that.
Oh, I know. You told me you've done
But
it before.
I have, and it's a little stressful because you're under the gun. But
You need support with you, though. You know.
yeah, it's a lot easier if you got somebody
People
there
with
to wrangle these people aside and explain to them that I'm working and
Yeah,
take the orders for me.
I'll be more than happy to go over there and help you guys, man. You know, I'm starting a new job this coming week. I actually had to call Matt from Domino's last manager. So he got switched to 4th Street by 4th Street in Gandy.
Yeah.
So I'm actually switching to that store, man.
You're going over there?
Yeah, I'm going to Gandy and by 4th Street.
Okay.
You know, that's where Matt's managing, and he hired me immediately,
Oh,
dude.
that's great.
Matt who?
Matt Eckel.
Matt Eckel.
Fuck.
You know him?
Yeah.
You don't like him?
He's a dick face.
Why?
I was his MIT before I quit the company.
Why do you don't like him?
Because he's a fucking asshat.
He hasn't been bad to me.
Well,
He never really was an asshole to me.
he
Anyway, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this on the program, guys. This isn't stuff for the program, okay? We don't talk about Domino's on the program, okay?
Okay, Mike.
Thank you. I don't care what else you talk about. Just I don't want to talk about that. That's not what this is about.
Yeah, you're trying to relax Sunday. You don't want to think about that.
I don't want to rag on our jobs.
Right. Sunday's relaxing day. It's good shadowing there, Mike, under the hand.
I'm glad you went back though. Anyway, Brian, because I'm just glad you went back because you needed to have steady income on it.
Right. Yeah, DoorDash didn't work out for me. I tried it.
Okay. Good luck with that.
No luck with that.
we're almost done with, we're gonna be getting done with this here soon here.
It's good shadowing, man. I like your shadowing there on the side of the arm. It looks really good. Or under the hand, you know?
Right here?
Yeah, it looks really good. The shadowing there.
It's alright, yeah.
That's a cast shadow. You know? That hand is casting a shadow on the arm. A lot of this stuff you do, you don't think about. You just do it.
I just don't think about it right. You're right, I just do it. But thank you for that.
I know it's good that somebody notices it, right? Even though the good things you do that you don't think about, right?
Some of the stuff I do is just quick. I'm trying to get it done. I'm not worried about making it a masterpiece. I'm worried about making it competent and making it look like the character.
Right.
That's all I'm concerned with. Because I didn't want to overthink these. These were not meant to be. They were meant to be easy. They were meant to be simple. You know, that's why we're doing them. You know, plus I enjoy drawing cartoons. But at the same time, I don't want to over complicate it.
Right. Sometimes you just need the basic little dark there, right? A little bit of dark. That's all you need. Looks really good. Especially, you know, he's doing this really quick. It's really impressive, though. The speed is the most impressive part to me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it as fast as you did. I can't draw what you did there. I can draw well.
You can draw well. I think so. I think you draw very well.
But I can't do what you did.
This
there.
is kind of like speed. This is kind of like speed drawing in a way.
I can't do it as fast as you. Not this style. Not this style. I have my own certain styles that I stick to. But this specific style, I can draw it, but I can't do it as fast as you can.
That's probably one of the reasons why I chose to do this, because I do it quickly, and quick enough to make a video out of.
It's good work, man. What are you doing after this?
I'm going right back to the Scarlet Mutton, or I'm going to draw Secret Squirrel.
You decided yet?
No, I haven't really decided. I mean, it doesn't matter much to me. As long as somebody if you give me something to do, I'll do it.
Yeah, I got you.
I just like to make a choice.
Should have that.
You know.
Stuck in one thing. I've been watching this one art streamer that I've been following for years, and a lot of times what he does is like he'll be streaming his drawing, right? And he'll take a break and play like Apex or something.
Right.
For like an hour.
Yeah.
Then he'll go back to his drawing, and he'll go back to another different video game.
Right.
That way he's attracting like different audiences at the same time, or maybe.
See what you mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like to go back and forth and do what I like to do. Just whatever I feel like doing.
That's what I plan on doing. If I ever stream, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go from my drawing, then you take a break, play the game.
Yeah.
Done with my break, I'm back to my drawing.
Yeah, man.
Actually.
Build a community that way.
Actually, just bring that all the way down.
Or what you could do, Mike, like if you wanted to do a secondary project, you maybe do like old movie reviews, you know? Or
We've talked about that many times. It's called Film Examiner.
right. I think you do really well at that.
I think so too. But it's not a new idea, Brian.
No.
But it's a good thought, because it would require some editing. Also, it would require pre-production.
Yeah, that would be
It
a
would
full-on-
require some things. So
that'd be a full-on production.
which I personally have no problem with that.
You gotta use as much knowledge as you have to your benefit, right?
Yeah, I would think that's probably
This man's
my
an
ex-wife. My ex-wife used to say, and I don't often quote her, but she used to say, "Use what you have to get what you need."
That's true.
And if you don't have exactly what you need, you use what you have to finally find a way to get that.
I agree with that.
And
Wow, that looks
you
amazing.
I'm
telling you,
build
right?
your.
I just walked in because I haven't seen it like in full color yet.
I've been saying that for the past 10 minutes. I'm like, damn, this thing looks really
I
good.
just, if I could just.
My one recommendation, if I could give you one, Mike.
Sure.
This is just my recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say just to go a little darker on the shadows. Maybe like one more layer of the
Yeah, well, you're not drawing this, so that's cool.
I know I'm not drawing it. That's why you don't have to listen to me. As I say, it's
You're right. I could go get some paint. I could paint it. I could do a lot to this. I could airbrush it. I mean, but this is supposed to be simple, and it's just not. It seems like every time we try something that we say it's going to be easy or simple, it turns out getting more and more complicated. And that kind of annoys me. I don't know why.
No, what you have to do, man. If somebody
Just want to do something and get it over with, get it done. I mean,
somebody ever gives you critique, man.
I don't mind critique.
No, here's what I
What do you mean exactly? Tell me exactly what you mean by a secondary shadow. Come here.
All right.
Come here.
See how dark you got this right here? Under his fingers?
Uh huh.
Now let's say his head is right here.
Mm-hmm.
So his head would be casting a shadow right here.
Yeah, probably would be.
On this part, right?
You're right.
So that's all I'm saying.
I'm
is
not
that
over-
maybe
but you're
a
right.
dark
I mean,
purple here and a green, dark green here, just to show that this head is over the shoulder, right?
Noted.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Is it like I'm like you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see what you're saying, man.
Yeah,
You're green.
you could do that on your show though.
It
Brian.
is a valid artistic criticism,
No, you don't have to listen to
in
me.
the sense that
You're drawing.
you're right. If the light is coming over here and making a shadow here,
Well, I don't know where your light's coming from.
I don't
Light's
either.
coming
That's
from the top.
because it's a cartoon. I really don't know. I mean, I just kind of want to get the image on paper, man. I'm not really concerned about. I don't know. I'm not concerned about making it that good. I'm not. That would make it better. In fact, I will drop a little more dark green over there.
I'm telling you, man, it's just a quick little thing. You just
Okay,
take
but
2 seconds.
that's fine.
You know,
Just let me finish this, okay?
I know.
Thank you.
Just try to help you out, man.
I appreciate it, man. I do. I do. Thanks. And I'm actually going to take you up on that.
Yeah, man. No, I welcome critique so much all the time. Makes me take a step back and look.
That's kind of what I wish people would do when they come to chat with us. And there's only a few people that actually want to chat about art that come.
I always take a look at your stuff, man.
You do. You chat about art. Paul Maitland will make artistic comments. Scotty Stuntman will make artistic commentary.
Like, even if I don't come over, if I'm home, I at least go into Twitch and log into your stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
There he is.
Hey, can I get a pencil?
Yes, sir. Well, we got two. He probably got one more than I do.
You get a regular pencil, Mike, and an eraser?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give me just a second.
Yes.
What drawing show?
A regular
Just a
pencil.
regular number 2.
Look. God damn, here's a pencil, man.
Okay.
Doesn't have an eraser on it.
Well,
Let's see. Give me one with an eraser on it.
And one, or just an eraser.
There's an eraser, and here is a pencil.
Also, thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Perfect.
What you guys doing out there?
Lesson, all right?
Just drawing?
Yep.
Is this my lot in life, Jake? Is this my lot in life?
Yeah, it's party time, man.
Huh?
It's party time. Woo!
Yeah, I would like. Yeah, there you go, Mike. Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
That's great.
This is it. This is what you would do.
No. And no, that's where the shadows lie.
Pardon me.
Yeah, rim light. No, that's good, man.
Shoot.
Rim light is really important, dude. It's good.
Please. Don't talk to me when I'm using whiteout.
Gives me everywhere.
Excuse me. Got an itch in my throat all of a sudden. All right, gonna have to take a couple minutes to go wash my hands. I'm gonna come back with the finishing touches on this, guys. Sorry if I seem a little out of sorts today. I'll be back.
Okay. You back on the air now.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're back, and we're finishing this up. I think we got it. I think we've got our picture. Oh, wait, no, one thing I forgot to add. Darken that up because that was whited out. So anyway, okay, so you got a couple of little food bars on there, but nothing serious. And there we have it, Danger Mouse. Oh, I know one tiny little thing I forgot.
Hell yeah.
All right, there we go. Danger Mouse is on the boards, folks. We got that done. And what is the Hercules thing? What's up with that?
What about it?
I think we're going to draw a picture of Mighty Hercules, or either that or Secret Squirrel, whichever one you can pull up. That would be easier.
What do you want to do? You said
Well, we're
2
gonna need-
minutes
we're gonna-
ago you wanted to do Mighty Hercules.
Well, I do, but I let's go ahead and do that then. We'll do Mighty Hercules. We'll draw Mighty Hercules.
Okay.
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 Although I'm pretty sure Secret Squirrel will go faster if you want to save time. And it doesn't matter. I like them both. I like both characters. It doesn't matter. They're both going to be drawn before it's over. So it doesn't matter if we do Hercules today or next week. Let's just put it into the file so we have it.
Dude, I love Secret Squirrel, man. You know, he used to be a parody cartoon on
Do 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 da da da
Stupid
da.
Dogs.
What an
Remember
agent!
that shit? You
What
saw
a
Stupid
squirrel.
Dogs with a parody of Secret Squirrel?
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
How about the shot with them in the car? The shot of them in the car. That's
That's the
good.
parody one. That's the original.
Any shot of them flying in the car, any shot of them together is good. And I prefer the old Secret Squirrel
The one
to
with
the new version. The new version's cool, but I think that the old one,
that's the
the
new
one with the logo on it, the one where they're just flying in the car, generic shot.
the circular eyes one. That's the old. Those are more,
I mean, there's a million different ways you can draw the character
See that one? How
in
the eyes
different
look more circular?
situations.
That's the old school one. That's cool, Secret Squirrel. That'd be a cool character. Draw more like a furry, you know? Like a human proportioned furry Secret Squirrel. But make some hits, right, Jake?
It's a good design.
Like a human proportioned furry. Dude, furries getting some hits nowadays in the art community. But
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. That's the one I want. shot of the two of them together would be fine. There's a couple different ways it could be done.
We are out. We are out, Mike. We are out.
Oh, it's gone?
You want some Bacardi?
Sure. With some Coke. With ice.
Yep.
Okay, so we can add this one to the list. Let's see. The Hercules one would be probably take a little longer than I really wanted to spend today. But I really want to do one because I really loved that cartoon when I was growing up. It was Are we back on the air?
Yeah.
Anybody out there? Card Stuff Man, where are you at today? First time you deserted me.
He's not deserted you, Mike. He's not been deserted.
You what?
You're not deserted.
Oh, I know what.
Mike, Corey said he's gonna bring you one.
Thank you.
Yep.
Need to use a knife. I don't have one in here. Okay.
Kind of hard to get a good picture, right?
All right, so
You can type in secrets.
I guess we'll stop this broadcast and start a fresh one where we start a new character. We're gonna do one more new character.
Oh, there's no point doing that.
No point in doing that? Okay, fine. What are we doing?
Drawing secret
Hercules.
squirrel, right?
He's trying to find you a secret squirrel picture. You got a good reference.
Okay, I'll be back in just a moment.
Take a quick little break, yeah.
Excuse me. I guess we'll just probably draw this one today and maybe not. See how far we get with it. You alright, Jake?
Yeah. There you go, Mike.
How we doing?
Look at chat.
We got some chat. I can't see it over here.
Card Stuntman. Hey, gang.
Hey, cool.
How's the day?
Huh?
Says, hey, gang, how's the day? Kind of a stressful day today, to be honest. I mean, everybody's screaming and angry at each other.
It's probably more my doing than anything else. I've had a stressful week. Trying to relax and trying to get something done here.
Kind of chaotic today.
Well,
Sky.
there's a whole lot of ideas being thrown around, and a whole lot of things that we're talking about doing, and it just kind of overwhelms me a little bit sometimes. Because it really all hinges on me. But I'm feeling better now.
We finished up Danger Mouse earlier.
Yeah, we did. I'll pull that out here shortly.
Right, yeah. Good show. Who's DM?
Appreciate you coming by, huh?
Good show, DM. Who's DM?
DM.
DM. Good show, DM.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
I'm not sure, but thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Colonel K.
Colonel K. I'm not sure who that is either.
Uh-oh. You stumped him. Scotty.
Apparently,
Danger Mouse.
Oh, Colonel K.
Danger Mouse. Good show.
Thank
See?
you. Thank you, man.
We act like we know the show. Clearly we
Colonel
don't.
K was the guy who gave Danger Mouse his assignments, right? I remember now.
You stumped me too,
You got
Scotty.
me on that, but kinda.
And on today's edition of Stump the Streamer, we'll stump him with his own content. Yeah, I'm amazed you guys remember these things so well.
Well,
I mean,
we're geeks, man. We like that stuff.
I remember seeing it as a kid too, but I don't know, man. I think smoked too many of them left-handed cigarettes or something. I don't know.
That could very well
remember
be.
it, man. I can't remember all this.
Duh.
Okay. Well, whether or not you smoke too many left-handed cigarettes or not is pretty much a given.
Oh,
But that may not be the reason why you don't remember.
yeah. My cartoons were 80s and 90s to dip into the even the early 80s and late 70s. Like I didn't see too much of those. Like those came on, either on the other channel that nobody watched, or after everything else.
Yeah.
And I was never a big fan of Hanna-Barbera.
No, you never were. You told me that. You told me
Anything
that.
Hanna-Barbera, because it's all just the exact same thing to me.
You pretty much told me that when we first discussed cartoons.
Just
So
so
Hanna-Barbera just didn't do it for you. For some reason, you didn't like the
so
animation.
bland and generic. That's all.
And I tried to explain to you that they had to do it that way because of budget restraints. But that didn't change your opinion much.
No, it doesn't, because it's still the same product. I don't care
Well,
about
and you have to give Hanna-Barbera one credit, and that is that they provided entertainment for us for like over 35 fucking
Sure,
years.
yeah, as a
it was
business model,
simple.
sure, yeah, they
Scooby-Doo.
were great. They were very successful. But as cartoonists, they didn't do it for me.
You didn't like the animation style. That's what you're telling me, right?
Yeah. They were
So the Jetsons didn't do anything for you.
They were the best in factory-made, cookie-cutter, pumped out.
That's exactly what
heartless
that's what they
content.
were. They were an assembly line factory. They made cartoons to program
It's all
for
just
programming.
It's McDonald's sandwiches. You know what I mean? It's all just filler. It's all just meatless meat.
Yeah, yeah. I get you.
I mean, I definitely remember them.
Sure, he remembers them.
I've definitely watched some episodes.
Yeah, I'll show you that. The one we just finished, Scotty. See what you think of it.
But I do remember when, like, Banana Man, like when he would come on, he was one of those rare ones that even Dudley Do-Right.
But Dudley Do-Right was not Hanna-Barbera.
Right.
Dudley Do-Right was Jay Ward.
Yeah, I know, not Hanna-Barbera, but those are the rare cartoons that
There were some good ones.
when I did see them come on the TV, I would get excited, like, oh cool, I get to see one of these.
Yeah. Well, Dudley Do-Right was a cool cartoon.
But never did Hanna-Barbera
Impress
inspire
you.
thoughts of, oh cool, I get to see another Secret Squirrel.
Another episode of Super Friends.
Because you've seen one of them, you've literally seen every series they have to offer. If you've seen one episode of any of them, like that's the entire plethora that they have.
I see
But
what
yeah, it
you
had
mean.
like 2 episodes. You see, so there you go, rarities. They were rare gems.
Mm-hmm. I did like their character design sometimes, though.
2 episodes, yet so memorable. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Huckleberry Hound, you know, that was the one example I was thinking. He was very unique. That was a character. He was very countrified, which you know.
Yeah, he was. He was the country. He was the answer to Andy Griffith that was popular at the time. Actually, he came before Andy Griffith. Actually,
Yogi Bear I liked because he was smart and clever. You know what I mean? He was always.
it was the writing of those that thing, and the Dawes Butler doing and Don Messick doing the voices. They did good voices.
Yes.
They did good soundtracks.
Voices.
You know, and that made it was like illustrated radio, really.
The only episodes of Scooby Doo that I liked are when they had guests like
came-
Addams Family or like the
that-
Beatles, or not the Beatles, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like some music group.
Well, that came later. That came after the initial series.
was the only ones I enjoyed.
But yeah, that was Scooby Doo movies. And the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, where they got Vincent Price to
Right.
do the voice of the narrator or whatever.
Right. Those are worthwhile. Those are good. That's good Hanna-Barbera. I'm not saying all of it's garbage. I'm just saying
not garbage.
most of it's garbage.
It was the only thing that we had for television. I mean, see,
Like the Big Mac is good.
there's a story about Hanna-Barbera that I found, to be very, very interesting about how they were like the head animators at MGM Studios during the final days of the theatrical cartoons.
And they wanted too much.
Well, they didn't want too much. What happened was
They
the
wanted
the cartoon market for movie theaters sort of dried up. Most of the major studios had closed their animation units by 1957. And William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, who were responsible for award-winning Tom and Jerry cartoons, they had done Tom and Jerry for probably 15 years,
Tom and Jerry's
and it won awards.
legendary.
So, but suddenly they find themselves out of a job.
Right.
So they decided, well, let's maybe they got into the idea of making content for television. It was a new medium that was, they needed content. And they started HB Productions, they called it. And the first thing they ever did, the first season of the Jets, Johnny Quest, Scooby-Doo, for the best. Flintstones were cool, but the Great Gazoo, I don't know. Yeah, I get you. The Great Gazoo. The Great Gazoo came into was in the last season when they started running out of good ideas. They introduced him. He was played by Harvey Korman, who I always liked Harvey Korman. He did a good job with the character, but you're right, the character did kind of change the way the Flintstones were, made them more of a fantasy than they actually were.
A prehistoric family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was not a new idea, really. It had been bantered about before by at Warner Brothers
Holy shit.
by an animator named Bob Clampett. I think had tried to figure a series about a prehistoric family.
That's what we need to do.
Because there was I guess they made a cartoon once that kind of was popular. It had to do with that somewhat, but then it never flew. There was production storyboards done, but it was never really done. I liked Hanna-Barbera when they did, during. I mean, I was a kid when they were achieving some of their greatest successes in the 60s. Yeah, their primetime cartoons like Johnny Quest, the Flintstones, Top Cat, and the Jetsons were really well written, and
I did like the Jetsons.
And they were great. I mean,
way more than the Flintstones.
But you know, when it comes to by the time we get to the point where they're doing, you know, Captain Caveman.
No, I enjoyed Captain Caveman.
Inch High Private Eye, and Goober and the Ghost Chasers, and some of these other. They were basically cookie cutter things, copies of things that had worked before, like Josie and the Pussycats, and I mean, Hanna-Barbera, I think. Anyway, they started their studio, and the first success they had. Let me preface this by saying they realized right away that they did not have the budget that they had at MGM to make these cartoons. I think the average Tom and Jerry cost like $36,000 to make, so they could do so many drawings.
They had a friend.
And they get like 1/3 of that. They got like $16,000, maybe half of it or a little less, to work with. So that meant that the drawings had to be cut down by 1/3 or 2/3.
Yeah.
So they invented what is now known as limited animation, which was created strictly for television, for the requirements of television.
Stock footage.
So they had the stock footage, the repeated runs where they run past the same thing 100 times. Sometimes just planning it so the drawing, so only the mouths and eyes blinked. Mouths moved, eyes blinked, that was it. Stuff like that. That was a cost-cutting technique, man. And yet, I think that they managed to get all the humor across anyway. Not nearly as effectively as they had done with their Tom and Jerry cartoons, but...
Nick Jones, hey Dad.
Hey Nicholas! What's up, Bubba? We just finished, let me show Scotty. We just finished Danger Mouse. Here's Danger Mouse. We just finished that. We went from this drawing here, and we did an ink version of it, and then we colored it. And now we're working on Secret Squirrel, another character from the 60s. That was actually suggested to me by my friend Brian, who liked the character, even though he didn't grow up in the 60s.
And Joanna. It's a family.
It's a family thing.
How's it going, guys?
I'm glad you guys stopped in. And we're just doing our usual stuff, man.
It really makes Mike feel a lot better when you guys come in and say hi.
It does. It does. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. We're drawing a character called Secret Squirrel. And he was a character from Hanna-Barbera back in the 60s. He was Saturday morning's animation's answer to all the popular spy TV shows and stuff that were out in the mid 60s, the James Bond craze and all of that. Hanna-Barbera always seemed to be on. They always had their finger on that pulse, and they, you know, when superheroes became popular, when Batman came on the air, and the superhero craze went crazy, they were there with all kinds of superhero programming on Saturday morning. And as soon as that fad wore off, they were into something else. I mean, I have to say that about them. They kept it mindful of that.
So Rue is also watching, Mike.
Rue!
Rue!
I love you, Rue. I love you. You know who I am, right? Kissy kissy from Grandpa. I'll be seeing you soon. Okay, we basically got this almost whipped as far as drawing it.
Just real quick, while we got folks here, is there any suggestions, anything you would like to see Mike draw?
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys, how come you don't make no suggestions when you come by? I want some suggestions.
Joanna says, I asked if she recognized you, and she said, Papa.
She said that, huh?
Papa.
Awesome. She does recognize you. I think that's great.
Rue knows her Papa.
Well, I love you, Rue. I'm making these drawings for you. I hope you guys are having a nice Sunday. And we are. Okay, I think we're almost ready to ink this.
Nick, that's
bear.
a great one. Toxic Avenger. They're gross, but still get girls.
What's he talking about?
Toxic Avengers.
Oh, the Toxic Avenger. I remember that character. Of course, he's not a cartoon character, is he?
Yeah,
He's a
they
movie.
they were totally a cartoon character in the 90s.
Was it a comic book? Or
It was a Saturday morning cartoon.
oh, it was a cartoon.
Theme song and everything, yeah.
We'll have to look that one up, but I'm really not. I'm familiar. I remember. I think they did some live action stuff of it. I thought they did, but some low budget movie of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Limited success there, but
Yeah.
I think they did make a movie. I'm gonna have to look into that too.
Yeah, we'll look into that. Da 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 da. What an agent! What a squirrel! He's got this country in a whirl. He's got tricks up his sleeve. Most bad guys won't believe. Bulletproof coat, a cannon hat, machine gun cane with a rat-a-tat-a-tat. Fights foreign spies, his disguise takes him many places. He's a squirrel of many faces. Who's that? Who's that? Da-da-da-da, secret squirrel. That's how it was a cool cartoon. Adamant came out, I think, the same time. And we're going to do Adamant. I've done Adamant before. He's easy. He's a real quick character to draw.
My Little Pony, Mike.
My Little Pony? Okay. If that's one you want, we can do it.
Card Stuntman says they did make a movie, and my buddy Bob Larkin did the movie poster. And when you say my buddy Bob Larkin, like...
Bob Larkin's a very famous comic artist, man. He's really an excellent artist. And Scotty's a friend of his.
Wow. My Little Pony's on the list.
Okay.
We're going to put that requested by Olivia.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me see. What do I need? All right. I need to see the logo. Oh, there it is. Okay.
You know, is it ironic that the Super Spy's sidekick is a mole?
Yeah, no, it's not ironic. I do believe they did that on purpose. I mean, and his guy that gave him instructions,
Felix.
he looked a lot like an actor that you guys wouldn't remember, but very British actor. He tried to remind. It's like a James Bond kind of a thing, man, only to the nth degree. Their main villain was a guy named Yellow Pinky. Okay, which was a play on Goldfinger, obviously.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You can tell Nick I got it on the list.
we'll get to all of them eventually.
Eventually.
The point is to do one every week, or two, depending on how frisky I feel, and try to get to as many as we can over the course of time, as far as different ones from different eras.
Man, we're burning through some music.
Secret. Do Squirrel a little smaller.
Heavy Metal Girl. Heavy what? Be more specific. Who's Heavy Metal Girl? I don't even know who it is, but that's a good one. Okay. Johnny Quest and race on flying platforms with a robot spy.
Okay.
I'm gonna copy.
Johnny Quest has definitely been one that's been I wanted to put on the list anyway, but
we will revise.
Johnny Quest is not a simple cartoon character, and it takes a little while to draw something that looks comparable to Doug Wildley. So, you know, to be faithful to the character, I want to make it look as close as possible, and I just don't think I could do that in a short amount of time. That would have to be a special one. That would require an entire broadcast to do for sure. Maybe more, maybe 2 broadcasts. Because Johnny Quest is one that I certainly would labor over to make it just right. Because that was absolutely one of my all-time favorite cartoons ever. There has never been a cartoon like Johnny Quest since, unless you count the Venture Brothers, which is a parody. All right.
Heavy Metal
I think
Magazine.
we got this ready to color. Pretty much.
I'm writing it down, Nick. Scrooge McDuck. We've done. We have done
I have
a
a Scrooge McDuck that I've already done, but he's one that, you know, I mean, he falls in the category of easy, something that could be done quickly, and that's kind of like what I'm gravitating to with these, more so than the difficult ones that, you know, like somebody could say, you know, draw Batman or the Lone Ranger or Tarzan or something, or the Phantom or Doc Savage or some other character. They're all characters, but they would take a lot longer to do a Doc Savage or a Phantom than it would to draw, say, Mighty Mouse or some other equivalent type character.
Scrooge and
Scrooge
Launchpad.
McDuck or any of the Disney characters would be pretty easy.
Scrooge and Launchpad. Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck would be a good one. Of course, I mean, it's also in keeping with the vein of that we are doing ourselves a sort of a parody on superheroes, so, you know, drawing up all the different other parodies.
He's got a gas gun he uses.
And that's why I like doing Danger Mouse, because it was a parody on superheroes. That's why I like doing Super Chicken, because it was a parody on superheroes. And so is this. This is a parody on spy heroes. So is, you know.
Heckle and Jekyll.
Heckle and Jekyll are bad to the bone. I love Heckle and Jekyll.
Care Bears. Your wife has good taste.
Care Bears would be cool. Okay, this one's ready to ink.
Heckle.
I was going to do the Mighty Hercules, but that also would take a little bit longer than say, you know, Heckle and Jekyll or Deputy Dog or any of the simple line drawing characters like precisely like the Hanna-Barbera characters that Jake hates on so much. So,
Oh, what the fuck? Did he done already?
yeah, it's pretty well. This is, you know, like I say, these are kind of easy to do. You know, kind of. I think maybe I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger.
Droopy.
So whenever we ink this, we'll clean it up, of course.
Droopy and his 50 clones.
Hmm.
Droopy. Just like that.
Droopy would be cool to do. Though I like to do Droopy. I watched a couple of Droopies last
Tex
week.
Avery?
Yeah, Tex Avery. Anything by Tex Avery, I would love to do. He does some really cool wolves,
Yeah.
and I'd like to do some of his. I watched that cartoon that we talked about last week with Paul Maitland, or whatever that was. It last week or the week before.
Yeah.
That Sexy Robin Hood is called Hot Rural Riding Hood or something.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that cartoon this morning.
Okay.
No, yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And I happened upon it. I was looking through my cartoons and I happened upon it. And I said, "Oh my God, I got it! Great!" And I watched it, and boy, that girl does a real sexy dance, and the wolves are
Red
just
Hot
hilarious.
Riding Hood. Red Hot Riding
No,
Hood.
it's not called Red Hot Riding. It's called Red Rural Riding Hood.
Okay.
And I mean, I can pull it up after the show and show it to you, man. I thought it's supposed to be Red Hot Riding Hood also. Maybe we're confusing it with a different cartoon that has a similar thing, but it was the wolf. The wolf's at the table watching this girl perform in a nightclub,
Okay.
and he's just losing it.
That's like from The
it's
Mask.
hilarious. It's really hilarious.
Yeah, okay. Like Jim
I
Carrey
think-
in The Mask.
Very few cartoons were funnier than Tex Avery's cartoons. Tex Avery had a really warped sense of humor.
Yeah, I like Tex Avery.
You know,
a lot.
he really did.
Let's see Waldo get that hat knocked
Or,
off his head.
Felix the Cat's pretty warped.
Felix the Cat's pretty warped.
Pokey coming flying off the ropes.
I like Felix the Cat a lot, actually. He's a pretty cool character.
Who's that?
Felix the Cat.
Yes, he is. When I was a kid, they made a new show of him. He was already a theatrical cartoon that went back
Yeah,
all the
black
way
and
all the
white.
way to the silent era,
Right.
and I've got a lot of that.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He
Felix
wanted
had a
to-
Nintendo game.
Yeah, he did. You were right, Jake. Remember that?
You got to do, of course, you got to do Betty Boop, and you got to do Popeye and Mighty Mouse and
Classic Bugs Bunny.
some Bugs Bunny and
Donald Duck.
Roadrunner. And
Daffy Duck.
I try to stay away from Disney. Really, I don't.
Do a Daffy Duck. Classic, old school Daffy
With his
Duck.
beak backwards.
The wacky.
His head blown off with a
Yes.
shotgun.
Wacky Daffy.
Oh yeah, with his face blown off.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Should do like an Elmer Fudd Daffy Duck.
That comes. I believe the title of that cartoon was called Rabbit Season,
Yeah, it was. You're right.
and I have
There's
it.
a duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season.
Duck season.
He says, and then he says duck season.
Yeah.
He just to turn and throw him off. Then he says rabbit season, and then the guy shoots him. You gotta love it.
Now when I say it's rabbit season, it's rabbit season. It's rabbit season.
All right, I don't know. I think maybe we're gonna stop here, unless you want me to go ahead and ink this.
It's up to you.
That's the basically kind of like the opening shot to every Secret Squirrel cartoon. And they have the title down here.
Right.
Uh,
Looks good, man.
so let's just go with that and learn to leave well enough alone.
It's great, man.
It's representational, and that's the trick. That's the whole trick. All right. All right. That's another one down. We got that one done, and we got this one done today.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Next week we'll do. I think we're going to do Courage the Cowardly Dog from my daughter.
Ooh.
And then we're
Nice.
going to do
Doing the Eustace and Muriel, too?
What's the one that Scotty wanted?
Well, I got.
He wants
I got
Johnny
several.
Quest, doesn't he? That I'm not. You know.
Now, Johnny Quest, and race on flying platforms with the robot spy.
Oh, being chased by the robot spy, perhaps, or with
That's a lot of work there.
the robot spy behind him. The robot spy is pretty easy to draw. It's like a big giant spider with a 8 ball and an eye. It's a cool character.
I see
It's
that
one of my.
before.
It's probably one of the more famous episodes of the show. One of the more recognizable episodes. People usually mention that one when they talk about it, or they talk about Tour the Terrible or the Invisible Monster. Those are and Shadow of the Condor and the Mummy one are probably the 4 or 5 that are most talked about whenever I reminisce about Johnny Quest with people.
Now, they redid the Johnny Quest with computer animation in the 90s. I know you know about that. And I got to partake in that one. So,
Well,
and they
what did you
go
think
with
about that? What did you think
It was
about it?
very cool. It was very well
It was
done,
pretty
and
well done.
It wasn't cheesy, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
it
you
wasn't.
could tell they actually put thought into their stories.
Yes. Well, that's what they. But I always felt that way about the character anyway when they first did it.
Yes.
There is no bad episode of Johnny Quest. There's just not a bad one.
Right.
Um,
And they kept that in the 90s.
Well, they had respect for it. I think when they went and redid it, they tried to keep respectful of it. That they knew it had a fan base. I didn't like what they did with Dr. Zen. They changed him completely, and of course they had to add the girl into it. That the young girl, that Race's daughter or whatever. Which it was okay, I guess. But they were older. In the new series, they weren't children, and in the first series, Johnny was about 8 or 10 years old.
Yeah, you're right. They were a teenager.
And in this one, they were teenagers, a little more mouthy, a little more,
you're right. You're right.
And they had the computer-generated animation, which was pretty new.
Droopy and a wolf.
What's easier, Scotty?
Droopy and a wolf would be super cool and easy.
What in the wolf?
Droopy
Oh yes.
and a wolf.
Oh
Just
yes.
Some extreme poses.
Yes.
Just Droopy being Droopy and the wolf just dumbfounded, mind blown.
I couldn't agree more. And we'll get to that. I love that stuff. I still get up on Saturday morning and I grab a cup of coffee and I sit and I watch these very cartoons.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
because it's fun.
I do know.
Scotty knows, and you know, and a lot of people can share that thought, that feeling.
Anybody with a TV who should know.
All right. Well, I was going to do some work on the mutton, but I think we'll just.
It's 8 o'clock.
I did some work on the mutton yesterday, and I did some work on the mutton this morning.
Off stream.
Off stream, on my own time. I have 3 new pages ready to ink, and I have 2 new pages that I have been working on designing to add. Do some pulp. Well, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about Doc Savage, the Spider, the Shadow, characters, that were pulp characters. Those are fun to do, but again, they're not cartoon characters of the sense that I'm talking about.
That would take follow-up.
They're going to require some good drawing
And some follow-up.
and some good coloring and some follow-up. Definitely. I'm not going to be able to whip out the Shadow in 20 minutes. It just ain't going to happen. But Hong Kong Phooey, I can whip out in 20 minutes.
Papa Booey.
And Baba Louie and Quick Draw McGraw, I can whip out in 20 minutes.
Squeaks draw.
So, but I mean, if we do decide to do a more difficult character to draw, to render, then I will do it. It'll be like, it won't be one of these. It'll be a much more involved drawing. That's all. And I got no problem with that.
Heavy Metal Girl is a good one.
Heavy Metal Girl would be cool. Anything from Heavy Metal, trying to. But that would be, those artists in Heavy Metal were just badass. They were badass.
Yeah, but if you could just do a character instead of an entire scene.
Sure.
And Heavy Metal Girl would be one you've been wanting to do.
Mm-hmm. Girls. Now let's get back to that. I think that just drawing girls is a lot of fun, and I have been neglecting that. I haven't been doing a lot of that. So let's start putting some more sex, I guess
Sex
is the
appeal.
word, in some appeal into some of these drawings.
Whatever.
You know, not everybody wants to see a muscle man superhero. Sometimes they want to see a beautiful curvy girl.
Sure.
And I do too. I like to see him. Red Hot Riding Hood. I think that made me think of it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you that cartoon after broadcast because I don't think you've ever seen it, and I think you'll really appreciate it. Anyway, I think that's about all the damage I'm going to be able to do today. I want to thank everyone for coming as usual. Card Stuntman, you are one of my strongest supporters. I appreciate you so much. I'll be talking to you soon, I hope, and see you next week. Everybody else that came, my son, Joanne, my beautiful granddaughter, love you, baby. Come back and see me next week. We're going to be signing off now. Thanks for watching. Keep your pencils sharp. Keep drawing, painting, or whatever you do. And we'll see you next week. But we have some really important surprise for you. I'm gonna keep that from everybody this week. We got a big surprise we're gonna let loose on next week. Some information that would probably impact more the local fans of my show here in Florida. But still, I think it'll be fun for you to find out. And we'll tell you next week. Have a great week. Stay out of trouble. Sayonara.
So long, Internet.